Cheat code to life. And to be completely honest with you, there's really no cheat code to life, but it's different hacks, it's different things that you can do so you can live a long, productive life. And we're talking about that today. So the cheat code to life, in my personal opinion, is, and this is one of the cheat codes to life because there's so many, right? So many hacks. But my personal opinion, when it comes to life, living a long, productive life, right? Using your manners. Yeah, as simple as it might sound, that's it. Using manners, being mannerable, okay? Being respectful, being respectful, all right? Being obedient, okay? Being respectful to your elders, just being an overall good person in society. This is the cheat codes, one of the cheat codes to life, all right? I've been in a lot of trouble, literally, a majority of my life, right? And one thing that has kept me from being in serious, serious trouble is not only my relationship with God, but my manners. Just me being mannerable, me being respectful to my elders. Okay, it's not enough of that right now in today's society. Being disrespectful, being mean, being outright disrespectful, period, is the norm of this U.S. society, of the United States of America society. I'm not going to say throughout all 50 states, but a large majority of children, teenagers, and even adults are being very disrespectful towards one another. A lot of adults, a lot of children are not being mannerable towards one another. We're not being respectful. We're totally being disrespectful, and we're being overtly mean to each other. And I really feel like being disrespectful, being overly aggressive, being mean, having attitudes all the time will definitely come back to you in ways that you probably couldn't even imagine. I was always brought up, and even still to this day, I get reminded from my parents that be respectful, use your manners, and it will definitely keep you out of a lot of trouble. Now, you don't have to take my advice, but one thing I can honestly say, the more you do use your manners, right? The more you use your manners, the more you're respectful, your whole environment will change. Okay? Your whole environment will change. And like I say, this is not the ultimate cheat code for life, but it's one of the cheat codes for life, one of the main cheat codes for life. Just being respectful, being mannerable. Okay? And the more mannerable you are as an adult, a teenager, a kid, your world will open, right? Your world will open up in ways that you could never imagine. Like I said before, you don't have to take my word, but if you were to try it, I guarantee you, you will start seeing things will start happening to you that's never happened before. Okay? But you gotta try it. You gotta try it. And like I say, it's plenty of different hacks for life so you can live a long, productive life. Um, Being a productive person, an individual in society today. But one of the main hacks in life, if you can just learn to be respectful, learn to use your manners, throw the disrespect away, right? I guarantee you, you will see your world blossom in ways you could never imagine. Now, one thing I do, and I don't want to blame because it's still an art form. Thomas, hey, how you doing? it's still an art form, so I don't want to demonize it and I don't want to throw any shade. But a lot of our music, when it comes to different genres, promotes disrespect. It promotes not being mannerable. Um, and I feel like that in itself has a big influence on society in general. It doesn't matter if you are older or younger. If you're listening to these vibrations, if you're listening to these frequencies, it definitely has a big impact on you. How I'm doing pretty good. Appreciate that, Thomas. King Five, what's up? So I really feel if the music that we ingested, right? The music that we listen to, if we were to listen, or if the music that's being produced and put out was more positive, right? And had a more positive message, I really feel like people in general will be more receptive to each other. They'll be more nicer, you know? But if we have a whole bunch of music just talking about being disrespectful, being unmannerable, that's that's what we're going to get. You know, now not everybody listens to music. Everybody doesn't listen to music, but a large majority of us listen to music. And if we're listening to music with words, right, and those words are negative, 9 times out of 10, if somebody gets on your nerves, that's what's going to come out. Have a good day, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate that, Thomas. You already know, Tom. Appreciate it, King. You have a great day too, bro. Um, like I was saying again, the cheat code in life. There's so many cheat codes in life, but my main cheat code in life, my main hack that I will say, uh, if you want to live a long, productive life, is just being mannerable, being respectful. You're right about that, Gorilla. Yeah, most of the music that we are digesting, that we're listening to today, have no nutrients in it at all. You're right. It has no substance. And that's one reason why older music still to this day has a big impact on society as far as movies, commercials. Um, yeah, these old tracks, these old hits are still getting sync placements, even still to this day. Um, and like I say, the music has a big impact on us as people in society. It's just funk at this point. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I'm not gonna say most, but a majority of the music that's out is definitely. And when I say that's out, I'm not saying all the music, but the music that's pushed on us is definitely more detrimental to our frequencies, to our vibrations, than beneficial. But music is not just the only dictator that's making people disrespectful and not mannerable. What you take in plays, you're right. What you take in does play. And that was my next point. What you're looking at, what you're reading, the people that you're around um, has a big part of influence in your life, whether it be TV shows, sitcoms, movies, whoever's in your personal environment has a plays a big part in how one might behave in the future, in the near future. My whole entire life, I've seen my parents. Um, I've been around my parents. I've never seen them argue with each other. One time when I was younger, I saw that it was like a brief little, I guess, disagreement, but I've never seen them yell at each other, cuss at each other. I've always seen my parents be mannerable towards people, you know. And like I said, that plays a big part. You know, what we do at the house has a big impact on how your children or how one might become whenever it's time for them to interact with society on an individual level. Now, of course, a child, a teenager, a young person, a young adult will do whatever they feel like doing once they are, I guess, alone in society. But the teachings that they're taught whenever they're in house plays a big part. I honestly believe that if we get back to the basics of just teaching, we definitely will see a better society in whole. Mushroom, hey, how you doing? King, appreciate it. Happy Smile, I already subscribed. Appreciate it. We all have different traumas and have been conditioned to different things. It starts at home, and in the end, we have a choice. You're definitely right about that. You know, that's a great point, Gorilla. We all have different traumas in life, right? We we've all been through different things, and sad to say, the traumas that one has been through can definitely impact that individual in a way where that individual can be forgiving or non-forgiving. Lonnie, appreciate it. Oh, appreciate you coming into the chat. So the subject at hand is called the cheat code to life. The cheat code to life, and I say one of the cheat codes to life because there's plenty. It's just being mannerable, right? Being respectful. That's one of the cheat codes to life, and you know, it will take you far in life. Open many doors, open many opportunities for you. But it all starts at the house. And I was also saying how in today's society, there's a lot of disrespect going on. And not just with the children, but as far as with adults as well, you know? Yeah. Deal. What's good? Welcome to the chat. So, the cheat code to life, guys. One of the cheat codes, one of the major cheat codes to life is being respectful. Being respectful. Are you willing to be respectful? No matter what. Now, I'm not trying to tell you, oh, don't let nobody play with you, but I'm a firm believer whatever you put out, that's what you're going to receive. All right? If I'm yelling, yelling. That's the people and that's the company I'm going to attract. And I can do exactly what I see these other streamers do. I can, but that's not me. So I rather do what I was taught, and that's just be myself. All right, all right, Lonnie, agree. Go on. So uh, it starts one. Okay, so if I had to give a suggestion, if I had to suggest anything, I return what I get. Of course, I've been in a very nice household, and my parents have been nice, so I've been respectful and continue to. King, salute. And the crazy thing is, not everybody, Thomas, welcome back. Um, and Lonnie, I'll return what I get. You definitely do. Now, King, one thing I have to say, right? Not everybody was blessed and fortunate to grow up in a two-parent household, and not everybody was fortunate to um, grow up in a household where respect was the common factor. Some people have grown up just like who said Gorilla said earlier. Some people have grown up with some serious traumas, and those traumas are hard to shake and to get rid of, you know? And it takes practice. Let's be honest. If you haven't grown up or if you didn't grow up in a household that taught respect, right? That's something that you have to learn. And it's never too late to learn, but it's something that you have to learn, and you have to practice it daily. You have to be willing to practice it daily. Okay? And to be honest with you, you don't you don't want to miss a day. You have to do it every single day. Because the more you do it, that's a pattern, right? The repetition is the key of learning anything, right? So yeah, you want to repeat the process, especially if you didn't grow up in a respectful household, if you didn't grow up with those morals, those standards, those ethics. That's something that you have to learn. That's a learned behavior, and that's something if you want to develop that now, even at a later age, it doesn't matter. You have to practice it every day. Appreciate it. You are the most wholesome person. Appreciate it, Thomas. Show gratitude. Don't expect it. It's about reaction to what's being projected to you. Take most things with a grain of salt. Use discernment. Hey, that's gospel too, Gorilla. That's definitely great advice. Appreciate it, Thomas. But I'm serious though. I just feel like the world would be in a better place if we just showed respect and used our manners, which has kind of feel like it's been lost along the way in the past. Really, I'm gonna be honest, in the past 6 years, heavily. Now, before that, it was bad, but after COVID, guys, like a lot of things definitely changed, especially during COVID and after COVID. You know, the morals and the morals, ethics, and standards of today's society has fallen off. Okay, has fallen off, and I feel like, and I know it's not only do I feel, but I know that we can change it if we put more effort. Okay, we got to put more effort. If we put more effort into these subjects, if we put more effort into showing and using manners, we will definitely get back those manners and the respect that we're lacking in society. When I'm offended, it's usually on an ego level. Your ego identifies with the offense. Usually, an unhealed trauma that needs to be acknowledged and worked on. Definitely, definitely, I definitely agree on that. Um, like I said, a lot of people don't want to address their traumas too. That's something that if something severe happened to you when you was a child, even an adult, and that situation was so impactful, it was so scary, and it left the impact on you so strong, right? A lot of people don't want to visit it. Like, that takes a lot out of a person to revisit a very dark place, because a lot of the traumas that we do hold in, right, they're dark. They're dark. A lot of people treat them sacred because people don't want to relive those moments. And guys, I'm not trying to tell you if you've been through a very dark time in your life or you're going through a dark time in your life, you don't have to share it with the world. But it's very important to release that. Appreciate that, Gorilla. Respond to me, all right, the best. You are the only streamer that has responded to me. You are the best. Appreciate that. I gotta go, bro. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you. All right, Thomas. I appreciate the comments, chat. Nobody really wants to, um, relive those moments, but you don't have to release it to anyone, really. But it's important for you to release that energy some type of way. That's why I always suggest that people find hobbies or people start to take up hobbies, certain hobbies that will help them to release all that energy, you know? Like guys, this is serious because the thing is, whenever you have trauma and you haven't released it and you haven't talked about it for a while and then you start having children, all that trauma that's built in you and that's building up in you, it releases to your children, you know? And now the cycle continues, all right? The cycle continues. If we want to stop the cycle, guys, we have to go back to the basics. And the basics is, right? One of the basics is using manners. It doesn't take that long. It doesn't take only, but it's not even a full second to say, thank you. Thank you, bro. Thank you, sis. Thank you, ma'am. It only takes a little bit, a micro of a second to open the door for a lady or even open the door for a man if their hands are full. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. Chivalry should not be dead. Okay, treating our women with the utmost respect. Regardless of whatever you're thinking, uh, giving respect to our elders, showing our elders that we appreciate them, showing our seniors that we appreciate them. Like, guys, this is, it should be common sense, but the way society has making fun of being respectful and the way music makes fun of being respectful, like, guys, it's really sickening. It's sickening. Like like I have no respect for a person that disrespects a a senior, women for no apparent reason, and it's no valid reason to disrespect a person. Period, regardless of what's going on. Okay, it starts with the individual. It starts with us. It starts with you as the person. All right. Are you willing to take accountability for your actions? Right. Because if you're willing to take accountability for your actions, you can definitely see exactly where I'm coming from. All right? Even if you grew up in a bad household, you should still be respectful. Yeah, but at the same time, I'm just going to be 100 with you. Like, everybody, you know, everybody doesn't, you know, okay, so even if you grew up in a household that was toxic, right? It's hard to tell a child who grew up in a toxic household to still be respectful, especially when that's the only thing they see. Repetition is the king of learning and the key of learning. So if they don't see the respect, right, there's nothing that they can do about it. When you are a young person, your mind is a sponge, your brain is a sponge. So everything that you see, everything that you hear, you're soaking it in. All right? So it's very important to make sure that you're in an environment conducive to make you a productive individual, especially when you leave your abode, when you leave your habitat, when you leave your house. There are so many positive outlets. I read, go in nature, write, and a collector of lives or meetings or meeting new people to hear their story. Hey, Gorilla, I salute you. And King, I appreciate that. I appreciate that comment. I probably should have cut my hair before I went in. I don't understand that. You know, uh, if you could be a little bit more descriptive about what you're trying to say, I probably should have cut my hair before I went in. Undead Princess, I don't get that. If you just let me know, just be a little bit more descriptive about what you're trying to say. I can help you out on that. What we're talking about right now, we're talking about the key to life. Well, not the key to life, but the cheat code to life. And there's really no cheat codes. There's no hacks, but it's definitely certain things that you can do to make life more productive, and you can be a more productive individual if you do these certain things. And one of the things that I'm bringing up is us as individuals being respectful, us using manners to one another. Because in the past 6, 7, 8, 9 years, we have taken the manners and the respect out of society as a norm. Being disrespectful, being unmannerable, being ignorant has become the norm of society. And I really feel like if we get back to the basics, right, society will turn around for the better. Okay. Uh, Naraja, what's good, bro? How you doing? Viking woman, sending love from England. Love from England. All right. Disrespect is usually a cry for help in some way, and some people are conditioned to toxicity. They've absorbed and experienced it. It's like they're blind to doing what's right. You're definitely right. That's very powerful. Very powerful. Kensler, hello from Austria. I appreciate everybody coming on live. I appreciate everybody joining in with me. Make sure you like, share, subscribe so you can stay notified. We're talking about the cheat code to life, Okay? One of the cheat codes of life we've been discussing for 25 minutes is using your manners. Okay? Using your manners, being respectful to one another, being respectful to your elders, being respectful to women, just being respectful in general. We need to bring that back as a norm into society today, and I guarantee you we will see a dramatic turnaround in society. Okay? What's your motivation mantra for this week? Brother? So, uh, so my motivation every day is literally just being consistent, right? And when I say being consistent, me being consistent when I'm going live and I'm live streaming on my different YouTube channels, all right? And just spreading a positive message, giving people an outlet, a platform within a platform where people feel comfortable venting, talking, and coming together and networking. That's what I'm doing. And I'm doing that in all of my social media platforms, not just YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, well, it's called X now, Instagram. And I want to be more consistent with those platforms, but just consistency in general. Consistency and sharing a positive message to the message. That's my whole motivation mantra. I appreciate you asking me. All right. And I appreciate you tuning in as well. All right. Guys, it's Philip Randolph. It's 10 minutes to vent. This is a platform that everybody can partake of. Once I get monetized, guys, I'm bringing people on camera so we can network, we can talk, we can discuss whatever you want to discuss, okay? I want to I'm creating a platform within a platform so people feel comfortable venting, okay? People definitely need to vent, all right? Ultimately, you have to want to change or grow. There's no excuse. I grew up in hell considering my environment and situation. Finding God saved me. Gorilla, appreciate that. You're right. That's why I tell you, it's real. You know, it's no excuse. You really do have to want it as an individual. You do. You have to want it as an individual. Um, become being in a life, being in an environment that's toxic and detrimental for your health can definitely work out in two ways. You can grow up in an environment that's detrimental for your health, right? And you can continue down that same path, or that environment could be so detrimental and so toxic that you want to change your life, right? And that's what happened with Gorilla, you know? So I salute you all day, every day. Do you think AI will take over the world and jobs for our innocent people? I'm a software engineer and lost jobs as AI is doing coding for humans. Well, honestly, guys, and this is my opinion, right? AI to me, just like money, is a tool. It's a very strong tool, but I don't feel like humans need to be scared of AI. I just feel like we as humans need to learn, right? As far as replacing our jobs, no, we're gonna always have some type of work. All right, we're gonna always have some type of work. AI is gonna do whatever AI is gonna do. There's nothing we can do about that. But as far as people, like without the people, AI is not working. It takes people and people to interact with people. I'm just being honest with you. It takes people and people to interact with people, right? Like without human interaction, without that human touch, right? Without those vibes, those frequencies, like it's nothing. We will have nothing. That's the reason why we still go on vacations, guys, right? That's the reason why we still go to the supermarket. We go on dates. We go out on dates. We still FaceTime. Why? Because we still need that human interaction. Okay? The human interaction will never go. Will never go. All right? It will never die. And that's my honest opinion. All right? Hope Hathaway. I appreciate that. Guys, I'm coming to the end of my live. It's been 30 minutes. I appreciate everybody joining in. Make sure that you use respect and you are respectful, that you use your manners, because, guys, that's one of the main cheat codes in life. The power is definitely in the people. As humans, when we come together or have common enemy, we're unstoppable. Definitely. Mary, are you okay? You seem way off. No, I'm definitely great. I appreciate you, Mary, for tuning in. Peyton, how you doing? And guys, I appreciate y'all coming in. It's been 30 minutes. We've been talking about one of the cheat codes in life. And like I said before, one of the cheat codes in life, and it's many hacks, being mannerable, being respectful to one another. And I feel like if we do that, if we bring that back in society as a norm, right, I feel like we will see a drastic change worldwide. Okay? Guys, I have to get off. It's Philip Randolph. It's been 10 minutes to vent, and we just finished talking about the cheat code to life. All right? Make sure you like, share, subscribe so you can stay notified until our next live. Stay focused, stay blessed. And until next time, guys, I'm out. It's been real conversing with you. Keep pressing forward, bro. Pounds of love. You as well, Gorilla. Stay focused. Stay focused, everybody. Until next time, guys, I'm out.